All right, everybody, welcome to the Comments for the Peanut Gallery podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Kurtz. I'm here right now with a very special guest making his return to the show, the Moroccan Devil himself. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, but how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you very much for taking the time today.
Yeah, man. Of course, anytime. Family's first.
Absolutely. You know, I see you over here dripping, Gucci scarf and everything.
No, I got my Comments from Peanut Gallery shirt. That's it. I got this from Morocco as a gift, so it's nothing,
Nice.
I don't buy this stuff. I can't. Well, like you said, not there yet. Not there yet to buy this stuff. So if I get it as a gift, why not? Take it. So
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Well, speaking of that, that you got that in Morocco, let's kind of just rewind this right back, because obviously you had your big fight.
Yeah.
But how, I guess, important was it for you before you took on this last camp, with the way that things shook up, to get to go home for the first time since you've actually been here?
I mean, it was I feel like it was like a thing I needed to get done before I fight again. So that was it was a good feeling to kind of get it out and then go fight. So it was completely different story. It's like it's 11 years. 11 years I haven't been back home, seeing my mom for the first time and all that. So that was just amazing. Like I would always have that moment, just kind of is like a relief. As soon as I got there and landed, got out, it's out. So like. It's not, I don't know what it was, but it just, I feel like I needed to get that little thing off. And then it was a lot better for me, and mentally and physically and emotionally, I think.
Absolutely. Describe to me what the emotion was the first time that you got to see your mom in person in 11 years.
I don't know how to put it in words, but I'm not an emotional guy, but it was.
First off, bullshit.
I'm not an emotional.
Bullshit.
I'm not an emotional guy
Bullshit.
at all. I was like, I'm not emotional at all. Come on, guys, no, he's lying. But no, man, it was like, kind of was like as soon as I got there, I was like, I started crying, seeing her mom, and it was like, I was like, I had to kind of get myself back together and kind of let it all out. But it was after that, it was like, okay, we're good now. It was like, we're back. So it was an awesome experience, and I'll never forget it.
How much had things changed a lot since you had been back, or were things kind of
Definitely.
the same? Or,
Definitely.
okay.
They thought I had a fucking accent down there, and I'm from there, so it's definitely a lot of changes. So from my side as well. So it's kind of like, and then I brought my wife Kat with me, so it's kind of like. It was completely different, So it was definitely different when I left it. But I mean, people and all that and family are the same, It's some people change, some people don't. But
what about like just the the environment itself, I guess, like in terms of like buildings, you see, especially like around here and in Denver, just in the last few years, depending on what neighborhood you go to, it looks completely different. Was the stuff, like the old neighborhood back home, was that kind of the same look and feel, or was that completely different looking, or how was that?
I mean, a lot of things changed. Like, I'd never seen that many cars in Morocco. That was like, when I went there, it was like crazy cars. My neighborhood definitely changed a little bit. They got like more coffee stores and stuff like that. But so it was definitely different. But I mean, you could still, like, I left when I was a kid. So when I came back, I still recognized the streets just by the buildings and stuff. So it's still the same for me, but it's not a whole lot changed, I would say. But not like Colorado wise, but like a lot of things changed, but not like this crazy, what I mean? Not like Colorado crazy, but it takes it was definitely different.
What was the travel experience like?
God.
Getting there and back, like the timeline and everything.
Getting there was not bad at all. Getting there was like, we did 18 hours total, back and forth. Getting there was not bad because it was, I don't know if it was excitement and we were just tired, we were just happy to go, leave and be done. So that was different. I was like, okay, whatever. Coming back though, oh my God, that was brutal on me. Oh my gosh. I think it took me like a good week to get back to it. Because I came back and went straight to fight camp.
Right.
So it was definitely different. I was like, oh man, I'm about to sleep on a Tuesday, and then I landed at 1 a.m. on Tuesday. Came train at uh, 9 a.m. on the morning. So, and I didn't sleep until like 3:30, and I woke up at 7:30. So it was my sleep zone was messed up. And I came here and it was time change too. The daylight savings. I was like, so it was not well for me for the first, I would say, 4 days. It was
Just
not well at all.
completely
Oh
thrown
my
off,
God,
yeah.
it was brutal.
So now I have to ask you this question: if say that it were the same exact opportunities, all those sorts of things that were in each spot, same sort of living conditions, economics, all that sort of stuff. Would you rather be here in the States in Colorado, or would you rather be back home in Morocco?
No, I'd rather be here. I was like, I love my country and all that, but I get there. It's definitely like I will definitely stay there and come back anytime. Like, it's my country, it's my home. But I mean, it's just my family. You know, I can't. It's my family, but the economy is a lot better down here, so than over there. But like I would do that, and it definitely for me to be able to help my family down here, it's a lot better. You know, it's like so, and it just feels different. You know, it's kind of like it's like fighting. A lot of people when they fight, they want to get back right back in, but when you take the time and appreciate it and you go back, it's more different. You know, so it's the same way I feel about that. I was like, I get to get back, and it's special every time I come back because I haven't been in 5 months or 6 months or a year. You know, who knows? But it's always special when you give it a little time and go from there. But I would definitely be here a lot because of the economy and all that, and the living and all that. So
Definitely. Now, this last fight, obviously, I mean, fucking highlight reel, devastating fashion. Don't even wear a single strike through the fight. ESPN MMA reshares your knockout, has 80,000 plus views now at this point. You know, that was a big moment for you. We've had a lot of in-depth conversations, away from the camera and all that, just about, what the thought process was, everything going into this. How much did you feel a weight being lifted off of your shoulders to address the elephant in the room, to get you back into the winner's circle from the previous two fights?
man, it was like the whole day. I was talking to the coaches, to Augie, my strength conditioning coach at Landau. I woke up and texted my manager Jason House and my coach Mark Montoya. I was like, they're like, oh, how you feel this morning? I was like, I woke up like a fucking world champ that morning. I was like, I did not care. I came into the fight, took my phone off, and just chill, have fun. My teammates went in and like, even though they lost, they come back, and I did not care about the energy. I'm just out there, And I was like I said, it's like I feel like I needed that. It was like I was like weight off. I was like I literally have nothing. Like when I went back home, it's kind of remind me of the culture that I come from. So it really made me like, this is what I do, and this is what I'm good at, and I work my ass out for this. So there's no reason I should not go there and have fun. That's my main goal. I don't care if I win or lose. It does not matter. It's like for me, it's go have fun. And my last two fights were kind of like but it was like up in the air. Win one, lost one. Who knows? I do not care. It's pass. Like I said, you be humble in losing and be humble in winning. So it was like for me, it's like to come in this fight, they were asking me, they're like, oh, what was your game plan, this and that. I was like, my game plan was just to focus on me and go fight. To be honest, it was like I did not care about what if he does this, what if he takes me down. I stopped worrying about that. I was like, for me, it's like if I'm having fun, I'm the best fighter in the world, and if I'm not having fun, it's I'm okay. I'm like, and like what coach said, we're not trying to be good. We're trying to be elite. So that was it though. That was very good to, like you said, like that weight off.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I feel like that weight was just dragging me down. I don't know why, but.
Right. Well, and you mentioned it. You looked loose. Like
Oh, yeah.
especially from when you had just first went in. I mean, you threw up the X, you did your little dominant cruise, backward shuffle, little shuffle.
That was my Kraus. That was the Kraus. I call it the James Kraus.
Okay,
I did shout out to him in the fight too. You guys saw me. I did the hair too. I have this hair down, but I did the hair too in his fight. So,
but yeah, your little shuffle, like you looked loose, and I mean the one word that we had discussed a lot and that you had even put together a great speech about was complacency. Do you feel like at this point that is something that's out of the equation?
yeah, man, definitely. I mean, it's like there's days you come in and be like, okay, there's complacency, but you gotta remind yourself. I mean, this fucking sport is brutal, man. It's like brutal on mentally and physically, obviously, but the mental part is the most important part. It's like when that one is weak, everything is weak. I don't care how strong you are. It's like you're weak. But so for me, it was very I don't know. It was just like weird to me to like even think about the last two fights. So it was kind of like weird, kind of talking to yourself and seeing all the stuff you did wrong and actually stepping up and being humble to it and not being over it. So it was hard the first time, I was like, I wanted it to be like, fuck that, like, I won that fight, I don't know, this, nah, but I'm like, man, whatever, man. I was like, I have better things to focus on than focusing on something that's gonna drag me down. So it was, but the consistency you said and complacent is the kryptonite for this sport.
Right.
It's very, very, it's like addicted, how you say it, like it's very addictive. You do it once, especially when you win. This is the crazy part. When you go win, come back, you're like, oh, it's chilling, resting, and you get used to it in life too. So it teaches me how to fight and life as well. Like it was like, okay, like a lot of guys will make, let's say I was talking to my wife, like you make like more money than you made in 1 month, and then now you stop. You're being complacent. You're like, I don't need to make more. Like, no, I'm not that guy. It was like I wanna never stop. It was like I always go, go, go. I always feel like I have something I have to do, which is weird. I don't know why. It's like if I make this money, I was like, oh, I gotta make more than that. I was like, I have to do this, I have to do that. So it's an eye opening for fighting and life. And then when you get your life figured out and kind of going with it, obviously it helps you so much with your fighting. It's ridiculous how much it does that, but definitely complacent is your kryptonite in this sport. You can't have that at all.
Yeah.
So
I feel like too it's something that maybe comes into the equation. Not I want to say easier. That's not necessarily the right word, but it might surface a little bit more, or might present itself a little bit more frequently at times, if you will, especially to someone who is as naturally talented as you are. I mean, obviously you work hard. That's not anything that's being questioned, but I mean, to be where you're at so young, you obviously have a great deal of talent to back up the skill. So when you have that natural ability paired with it, sometimes it's easy to say, well, I mean, I can go out there and just off of skill or off of my
talent,
instinct, But sometimes it goes back to the adage of that hard work can beat talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Or it doesn't work hard with a purpose necessarily, because it's not like you ever missed practices or missed strength sessions or anything like that. But sometimes it's more so it's that mental purpose, right? It's that doing it every single day, not to check a box, but to do it with a purpose and to get better with intent.
Like I was saying to the guys yesterday, it's like, yeah, I can take an average person and turn him to the best physical stuff if he goes to the same gyms I go to. That's normal. But mentally, it's different. It's like for me, I felt like I was checking the box. I was coming in here, do my strength conditioning, do my mitts, do this, do that. But you keep forgetting about one thing is my diet was completely off the books. It was not professionally like I am at 35. 35 is a whole different story. I can't. Like, there's no messing around. So it's kind of like, okay, like, I don't know, I like to be more disciplined. Like, I feel like when I get something disciplined, I stay on it. Like, I don't change it. But for 45, I was kind of like open, it's like whatever. So that's when the complacency started happening. You're like, okay, I can eat sushi this day. I can eat chocolate for a day. My weight is fine. I'm 5 pounds over.
Oreos.
Yeah, Oreos. That's my thing. Or Ferrero Rocher. You know. Like, so it's like it just depends. And it's like you're like, oh, you're like I want to do all this. I wanna go stay up 3 a.m. Eat ice cream at fucking 3 a.m. You know, it's like doing that. But you come back and you're like, you think about it. You're like, especially in a fight, which is weird. I was thinking about this in the middle of the fight. Actually, it was like I think it was my last fight or the main event fight. I was in there and I'm like, my legs were like feeling fatigued and stuff like that. I was like, well, I shouldn't fucking been eating Oreos 2 weeks before the fight and this and that, you know?
Yeah.
So it was weird talking to myself in the fight. So I was like, you know, in a fight day, you just fucking fight. You can't think. So it was weird. So that's why it taught me not to be complacent. And I'm still learning, man. It's not, I do not have it figured out. Trust me. I am just a fucking kid that's doing something that he loves. That's it. It's not, I'm still figuring out life. I'm still figuring out marriage. I'm still figuring out my fighting. I'm not the greatest, like, oh, this and that. But, like, listen, if I especially when people look up to me and I'm like, I have a sister and I got guys walking up to me. It's like, I look up to you. I do privates with kids that are looking up to me. And I'm like, so it is weird for me. It's kind of like, it's like, I can't, like, be bullshitting, you know? It's like, I can't. Like this now, there's like, you know, you guys know me. I'm like, I'm fucking, I'll have fun when I need to, but at the end of the day, like when I come in, like it's Friday, it's sparring day, it's focus day, it's this, that, mitts, it's focus day, this and that. Obviously, there is playing around. I always play around. That's who I am. It's like I can't change something that I'm not. Like, you know, like it's not how it works. But still plenty of room to learn. You know, I was like, and hanging out with the vets and seeing all this, it's, oh my God, it's an eye opening for sure.
How important is it for you to take advantage of picking the brains of the vets, you know, of the team and everybody that you have the opportunity to work with? You know, you mentioned Kraus being one. You know, I know DJ was in the
Oh
back.
yeah,
And
shout out for the knee. He don't say he gave me the knee too.
I was gonna say, didn't DJ say, hey, why don't you just throw it out there, just see what happens?
Oh yeah, no, it was like, well, Mark was working with me for, oh my God, it was like 6 weeks or so. We were just working plenty of knees. It was like perfect knees, elbows. Like that's all we were throwing is this a lot of knees, and like that's why, like I was like, okay, like for me it was kind of hard. Like I was like, you know, like listening will do you so much. It's like it's crazy. We're like just listening to your coaches. You know what I mean? But
Imagine that.
oh, bro, it's insane. It's like,
Funny how that works.
oh gosh, yeah. Oh fuck, I should have listened 2 fights ago. But no, but it's definitely, yeah. Mark was working on knees and fuck, man. Mark was just running all over the place. He had one fight, second fight, third fight, fourth fight. So and then Dustin was working on the knees and we worked on that switch knee. But throughout the whole camp, I've been working on knees with Mark the whole time.
Yeah.
Like the whole time. Like we were doing knees. And then we come in, and like you said, it was Mark, and then on fight day, it was Dustin warming up with the knees. And then the crazy part is I watched Kraus the last 2 fights. It was basically, 2 of them basically were both knees finishes. That one was a 2, but he started with the knee first. But same one with the other one, you know, it's like the knees and then went. But it's somehow like the confidence. Like I kind of forgot about that from my side. You know, I was like, last 2 fights is like just nervous, holding it down, this and that. And I was like, I don't care. This is what I do. You know, I was like, so for me, it's kind of like seeing that stuff and learning. And I've always been blessed to kind of, since as a kid, you know, I was like, I always see people and learn from their mistakes, so I don't have to do them. But obviously, you're gonna do some mistakes. You gotta learn them your way. But obviously, yeah, like man, it was awesome seeing that. You know, the vets, Brian Camozzi, talk to Chris Camozzi, all these guys, man. It's things of beauty, for sure. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
The knowledge the guys those have is ridiculous.
Oh, it's just something that, you know, if any of the young fighters that come through here aren't taken advantage of, they're doing themselves a disservice. Oof. Because the amount of knowledge that is in between these 4 walls every single day is unreal.
Oh yeah, man. I feel like a fucking amateur every time I go, like when I travel and I go roll with Kraus or do this with Kraus. I'm like, man, I I don't know if I want to do this. I was like, you know, it makes you second guess your shit. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I was like, what about if I fight him? I was like, this is bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? But again, it's like you people like that will like they help you and this and that. But I feel like you always wanna gotta get your ass kicked, man. You can't like I don't know. It's hard for me. I don't want to be the nail. I never want to be the nail. I always want to be the hammer. I'm always competitive. I'm always this and that. So it's kind of it is hard, but you gotta like the ego gotta go away. You know, it's like especially in this sport, like there's the right time to have an ego and there's the wrong time to have an ego. So that's where the balance you gotta
I just
find.
love it when it is those points sometimes because you'll hear Youssef out there like you know sometimes when he is the nail he's like. Just wait when I get out of this bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh yeah, that's. I was like, I try to go like, I'll get up, I'm about to fuck you up. Yeah, you want?
Like, you better not let me out. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh, I always talk about that. I was like, I always rely on one thing is the cardio, and I was like, I always talk to people. They beat my ass in the first round, and I'm like, oh, wait until the fucking bell hears. I'm gonna fuck you up when I get up. But it's always fun though. I was like, see, that's me. Like when I talk like that, that's me. That's me having fun. I'm enjoying the fight, but I'm still there. You know, I'm not like so serious. Oh fuck, come on, let's go.
Well, I'm just saying, even in training.
Yeah, I was like, training is my thing. I was like, I gotta have fun in training, man. I can't like it's too much, you know, to come in and be like, fucking just too much stress and like you can't. I can't do that, man.
Yeah.
I just can't do that. And like I said, man, it's the coaches and everything. So they've been keeping me, especially for this fight. You know, I was like. You know, you got to get back. You can't. You know, you lose a fucking fight. You're 6-3 now, 6-3. So like, you got to be very smart. But everything happens for a reason, man. I just let it roll the way it is. Whatever. I don't stress about it. I don't think about it. Yeah, man. No, when I lost 2 fights, I was like, fuck this. I suck. I was every fighter. You know, you get out. You're like, fuck this. I suck. I don't want to do this and that. But. No, man, I want to do this, and I'll fucking do anything to do this, you know? Like I said, I'm ready to go in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, bro, like, seeing just the elation, the smile, the emotion that was on your face, like, right there at the cage. Because you were almost trying to, like, run out from the cage door right there.
Oh, yeah, they stopped me.
Yeah, Christian from LFA.
Yeah, I was trying to, I apologized to him. I was like, hey, man, I'm sorry, bro. I was like, I'm not, at least I'm not Brandon, though. I ain't jumped on no cage, though. I'm trying to get fucking suspended, okay? But no, I was like, fuck this. I was like, I gotta go to coach. I was like, but yeah, I was like, this main fight, I was like, Coach Mark. I was like, he stayed here before for his family thing. So I was like, you know, we gotta make him leave in a happy smile. We can't leave him fucking pissed. So that was always good. I was like fucking bull rushing that one. I was trying to get out. So but happened.
I mean, it's just. It's great to see that, great to see, because that emotion, that pure joy, like, I've got the pictures of it, of you just smiling, you pointing out at people.
Oh, yeah, I was like,
sort of thing, like, yeah.
Or even when I walked out, I was just like, it was different. I'm like, just looking around and seeing and talking to people, basically, and this and that, and then just moved on from there.
Yeah. Well, you were super loose through the whole process, singing, kind of halfway dancing when you were getting Vaseline done.
Oh, yeah, man,
like, because usually, or at least the last couple of fights, you've been a little bit more tense through that, or more, maybe not tense is the right word, but more stoic, I guess I should say.
I would say definitely not there, I'll tell you that. I'm like fucking deer in a headlight, you know. Like,
versus this time, like, you could just see, like, you were feeling the moment, like, you
I did not care. I was just ready. I was ready to go, man. Oh boy, like I told him, I was like, I woke up like a world champ that day. I did not care. I was ready to go, man. I don't care who's gonna be in front of me. It ain't stopping me. I was going. So.
Well, this can't. I mean, all the way up until the first point when the fight was gonna happen before it got postponed, and then through this portion of camp, like, you looked back.
Oh yeah, man.
Like,
I was
like cage rounds.
Oh yeah, I was
back to being dialed in.
Oh, I was
back to Youssef being Youssef.
Oh yeah, I was. Oh my gosh, it was. The crazy part is like. I've never been in a diet for 12 goddamn weeks, you know? So it was like, it's a little different, you know? So, like, shout out to Tyler, but he was on me, man. He was like, I was like, hey, man, can I do this? Like, fuck no. And I'm like, well, fuck, man. I'm like, you know, I felt bad, but I was like, there's a bigger reward after, you know? So I was like, kind of staying disciplined and being there and Oh man, it's fucking crazy, bro. It's you go and train, and you're happy to train. You're not here to come in and check a box. I'm ready to punch somebody or get punched. You know, I'm like, let's go. Well, I try not to get punched, but
Try not to. You know that's the goal.
that never changes though. You said I get punched.
Yeah, it's still gonna happen.
I was like, I don't know about
Well,
that.
I mean, to the level of the dedication, you know, I mean, we were all the way up to the last, you know, the 11th hour of fight camp, you know, the day before cut and everything, and we for about the last year worth of fights have gone and gotten ginger shots. And so,
That's like-
and so
that's
now,
like my
yeah,
thing.
you had to ask him this time just to make sure that was okay, that wasn't something that was.
Oh
Gonna
yeah,
throw
I
up
had
the
I had to
guy
I had
and
to do all that. He was
so-
like, yeah, it's fine, just go ahead. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, thank God. I was like, because it's too late. I already drank it. So I was like, I didn't want to do that. But no, it's weird, man. I always get sick. I feel like I always get sick on fight week, which is weird. But
That makes sense though.
But I don't know why. I don't know if it's a weight cut. I don't know if it's this. But
Your
so
immune system
I try to be smart on it. Now,
jeopardized.
yeah. So I try to be smart on it. This fight went well, so I'm happy. I felt like I was getting a little sick, so I was like, "Fuck, man, I gotta be on it." Ginger shot definitely helps, you know, like that. But I stay on my vitamin C and all that, so I gotta stay in the focus. You know, I can't.
Okay.
People keep forgetting. Like, you get sick, you go in. Now you're 80% instead of 100%. You know, I don't want that. I'm trying to be. I mean, most fighters don't go in there 100%. That's how it is. I don't think anybody goes in 100%. But I mean, I had a lot of things about my last two fights, but I'm not gonna go out there and be like, well, I lost because this, that. No, I'm not the guy who want to bring excuses, man. I'm not doing that. It's like, you fucking lost. That's it. Move on, learn from it, and grow up. That's it. You're like, you're not going down. We going up. Like, you know, sky's the limit. You know. But yeah, man, it was just weird. It's like kind of not thinking so much about like, I want my fight week to be this way. I want my my coach to hold mitts for me. I want this. Nah, man, I did not care. I'm just ready to go. I was like, I didn't like last two camps. I was like, when we had 8 guys, like that's like I was like, oh, I hate fighting with those guys. I mean, I still do, but it's not like it's we have a fucking big ass team. Like, we're gonna fight with a bunch of guys, so like you get used to it. So it's kind of like the mentality changes. It changes a lot of things. So like, you're not focusing on this. I want to do this week. I want to ride with somebody this week. Like, specifically, I want to do this week. No, I didn't care, man. It was like, so it's a changer for a fight day when that happens like that.
Absolutely. You know, as far as, you know, sharing the card with, you know, with a bunch of teammates, there was obviously that night was crazy having 6 on there. But what was it, you know, what does it feel like? Because now that's 2 times where you've shared the card where one of your teammates has won that strap.
Oh yeah.
You know, Ian Heinisch won it in Vail, and then Brandon Roybal obviously just won the flyweight championship.
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh, it's like it motivates you. Like, it really does. It was like, I was there not for a title, but I was there and kind of went down and then learned from it, and then went on again and down, and now we're here. But it's super motivating to see how like I train with those guys. This is what I do with these guys. You know, like, if they can do it, I can do it, no problem. You know, it's like whatever. You know, it's like in there, and they believe in me the same way I believe in them. You know, so it's awesome to share that, and it just motivates me to do more, man. Motivates me to, okay, when I fight again, that's what I wanna be. You know, that's that. You know, so it's dope. It's dope experience, especially in the locker room. Oh my gosh, come back and the happiness, and I mean, it sucks even when people lose, but when there's happiness around you and this and that, it kind of changes your mood a little bit. You kind of get away from it a little bit, you know. So that's always good. You'll always want to have that. So I always feel good about that.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I have to ask, since we're essentially at the close of this year, what's on the horizon? What is the plans? Where do you see everything going 2020?
Man, we're about to have a great 2020.
Yeah.
As the Muslim says, inshallah, 2020 is about to be great. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I mean, 35. I have to be smart. I can't fight like 45. If you guys looked at my record, I was fucking fought like 6 fights in a year and a half. Mm-hmm. 2 of them were in 2 weeks apart. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, I gotta be very smart now. But I mean, yeah, it's like you said, like I don't know, probably January, February. I have the best management in the team. You know, it's like those guys will on the phone call every goddamn day. They ready. You want to fight? Boom. There we go. There's this, that. So I'm just focusing on me, trying to have fun with my family, and then get back to work, and then get started. You know, enjoy the holidays. That's always big thing. But obviously, you got to stay in holidays. You got to stay ready in holidays. That's when people pull out and stuff. So you always got to be ready for that. You know, people get lazy, complacent. And like, oh, it's holidays. I want to eat. I want to do this. I want to do that. Now, fuck that. I'm ready to eat. They're like, I'm ready to eat. But yeah, man. I was like, obviously, I'm staying ready for that. Obviously, I'm gonna be training every day, doing my like diet and all that. But at the end of the day, I was like, I just let it to my coaches and my management. You know. But at the end of the day, it's still my decision to be like, okay, I don't want to fight until January or February. But I just trust their decision, man. They're the experts. They've been doing it for a while.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Shout out to the dark side. Now, I have to ask you then, is there anything outside, or what is, I guess, what is your goal to accomplish outside the cage? What's something that you would like to tackle in 2020 outside of fighting that, is the growth of Youssef, the person, outside of the cage?
Oh, fuck, man. There's a lot of things I want to accomplish in 2020 just for myself. It's like, I have so many goals to achieve, you know, and I'm like, I want to get my first house, you know. I was like 23 years old. I want to get my first house. I want to do this. But, man, it's like, for me, just keeping on my mental and my life routine. It's like, you have a routine, you get off of it, it kind of ruins everything, you know. So it's like, my routine is like, okay, I gotta, if I come in to work, I gotta be this. Like, if privates is the same way, I gotta be on it. I can't just bullshit somebody, you know. You can tell, like, when you bullshitting somebody and then you're not, it's unfair to them, but you can't, I don't know how you go sleep at night. Like, I think about it sometimes. I'm like, fuck, I should have done that and this and that. But yeah, man, there's so many goals, but that's my main one, to be honest, is like trying to get a house for me and my family. Okay. So that's outside goal for me.
That's a pretty big goal. That's obviously a big purchase, a huge investment on that. How important is that for you? Being that this is obviously, that would put you at just under 10 years in the country, right? And you'd have your own house here, completely established. All that came at 14, right?
Yeah. 13.
13. Okay,
13.
so
10 years,
roughly about 10 years.
10 years, yeah. Well, yeah, 10 years. Yeah, 10 years now.
Okay.
So yeah, 10 years, but it's I don't know why I keep saying it's almost 11 years that I haven't seen my mom. So 10 years total.
10 years total. Okay.
Yeah, 10. It was close to 11, but yeah, 10 and some change. But no, man, it's like
anytime after that, it's all the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's weird. It's like not like when I wish I'd done all this stuff that I know now 4 years ago or 5 years ago, 7 years ago. You know what I mean? I wish like I could have done a lot of things, but it's like this is what life is about. You learn and live and learn. It's like I try to make it as best as I can because like I know what like Muhammad Ali said. It's like if you look at your whole life, you're 30 years old. You spend like 3 years just traveling. You spend 3 years of watching TV or doing this. You know what I mean, and all that, and then you only like live like 10 years. You know what I mean? You don't count your teenagers. You don't even remember half of the shit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I try to stay on that. I'm trying to stay like, okay, I did this in my life. You know, like this year I bought a house. I worked my ass out for 4 years in a row, and then boom, this and that. So I kind of think about it that way. I try to have my life. Look, life will change quick. Like on you quick. Mm-hmm. You ain't even fucking know it. It'll change quick. But so like that's why I don't try to focus on stuff too much. I just let it go, man. Just let it go. For me, which is hard. It's hard for me to let shit go. It's like, fuck, man. I was like, I don't know about letting shit go, but yeah, man, you just let it go and just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. So.
Well, I do have to say you're mature, and your growth and development is far beyond the years of most people at your age in general at 23 years old. Just where your mental process is, what you're aware of within the world, especially financially, all that sort of stuff. And to see where and what you've been able to achieve, being an immigrant to this country, being that English is your third language, like, you're pretty fucking accomplished, man. Like, I'm very
I still got,
proud and happy
I
for
still,
you.
I appreciate it, man. I still got a long way, man. I feel like life can be short, you know what I mean? Especially like experienced it with my brother and this, that. So for me, it's like, I try to like do as best as I can, accomplishment wise. I was like, I gotta like, I can't just sit on it. Like I can't like. I was talking to Augie, my strength conditioning coach. I was like he's the same way. He can't just like if I feel like if I go home and sleep, I feel like I'm losing money. That's how I feel. That's like my mentality. It's like I come in and like I'm telling you, going back to Morocco, it opens your eyes for the culture. It's like, fuck, man. It's like $100 in here won't do you shit. But in Morocco, we're gonna do a lot of shit down there. You know what I mean? It's like you can buy a clothes for a whole month or something like that. With that, just that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of for me. It's an eye opening like how like money difference down there and the culture. And I'm blessed to get raised with that culture. And I'm like, I mean, fuck, man. I'm still not like like yeah. I got my own place. I 2 cars we own and this and that. But still, man, it's like. In the end of the day, like people get complacent, man. Again, you get complacent. You just like, oh, okay, like you get raised, you get spoiled. You're like, that's why I feel like every fighter's like when the fighters they had some struggle. So it's kind of, it is true. It is very true. Like I showed my wife where we lived and all that. So she was like, oh my god, this is like completely like fucking different. But I don't know. I feel like everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and then for me to go from that to this and still growing, it means a lot. So I try to stay on, not on top of it. It's like just kind of be free. It's like, and that's my word. Shout out to Mark Montoya. That's my word though too. He has a word. Has pick as a word. That's for me. It's free. It's like for me. I want to work so hard that like when I retire, like how they said you like. I'm not gonna rest until be like when I retire, even though when you're a champion still. But like for me, I wanna when I retire, then I'm just sitting home like I don't know 60s, 70s, 80s. When I'm 80 years old, 60, 70, I look back and I'm like, man, fuck, I worked my ass off for this. Like this is, I didn't give no breaks. I was going, and like I deserve every moment that I did right now. And look at it, I was like,
Right.
so that's my motto. It's like. So I don't want to be like even with my kids too, like I want to like especially in America, man. You will change your life so quick in America. I was like people forget I come from Morocco. You go to fucking school, you still don't get a fucking job. In here you go to school, bro, it's like I told everybody it's like it's so easy making money here. It's so fucking easy making money. It's like the opportunities they in America, it's like I will never forget how much opportunities they have and how grateful I am for the opportunities and all this and the people and all this. I mean, people in Morocco are fucking amazing, man. It's like they'll give you their own bed. We experienced it. Me and my wife experienced it. We would fucking go hang out at their house. They giving us their own bed to sleep on. They sleeping on the couch on the floor. Like when do you see that in here? You don't. You know what I mean? But the opportunities in here is so crazy. It's like you will change your life, and that's what I focus on, and I appreciate and I'm grateful for, and I always take that. And I don't take that for granted at all. I'm always on that, and I appreciate every moment of that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, you kind of hit every single avenue that you can to try to make money. I mean, when you're away from the gym in downtime, well, instead of sitting there for a couple of hours at home, you're out making more money, right?
Even sitting down, man, I feel like, okay, I want to rest. Like, okay, you got to get rest. Like, this is the hard part. Is like, I always want to overwork myself, but in the end of the day, I'll think about it, is like, I got to be smart too. Like, I got to I have a career like I go through, and I'm not trying to be fucking when I'm 30, act like I'm 80. You know what I mean? But so then days like you gotta find the rest time. You gotta really shut down everything. You know, stop focusing on social media. This now. Just chill. You know, I'm like whatever. Like I was saying, like I had an Xbox I haven't played in fucking year and a half, and I pay month to month for that. I was like, I just don't have time. It was like I come in and like I'd sit down and fucking I come home and like, oh fuck, I gotta go sleep a couple hours and I gotta wake up the next day, do privates, do this, do that. So I'm committed to the people, man, and they committed to me. So that's always good. They see my work and they give it back. So that's always good. You wanna, and I don't know. I'm always just wanna help people. I'm always like that. Whatever, I help you first before me. So sometimes it's dangerous though. Sometimes you gotta be very careful about that.
So I got to ask you about these couple of matchups, and for sure one of them, because I'm pretty sure we pissed off the entire half of Texas Roadhouse when we were.
Ha ha ha!
But what is your thoughts, on the Connor Cowboy matchup?
Whew, that's a good matchup. I don't know, man. On paper, Connor has it all day. I'm going with Connor. I'm like, hopefully nobody hates me. I'm not a big Connor fan, but like, he did a lot for this sport.
Mm-hmm.
He did a lot, but man, I don't know about Cowboy, man. He comes out of nowhere though.
Right.
He comes out of nowhere. But my decision, I would still go with Connor, finishing him, probably.
Cowboy's the dog one way or the other, Like I don't want to like by anything that I say make it seem like I'm trivializing him or making him seem like he's a slouch or an easy opponent or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
But what I will say is I feel like of all the potential options on the table that Connor could have or maybe was in the conversation of coming back to, I think that was probably the easiest matchup for him.
Oh, 100%.
If you're talking in real, obviously, I mean, Khabib enough said, I don't think that he wins that fight. Tony, that's a tough night. Justin Gaethje.
That was definitely tough night. I feel like Gaethje and Cerrone, Gaethje and Tony Ferguson. He has higher chance than Khabib.
Yeah.
I just don't see him with Khabib.
I just feel like the violence that Justin Gaethje throws with those leg kicks is something.
It's the hands too.
Right. Well, with the hands, but I'm just saying, Connor with his
God.
long stance, with his lead leg out like that. I mean, the way that he can just chop the fuck out of your leg, I feel like that would definitely be something that would play a factor in that matchup with Connor.
True.
And then too, I mean, he's so much pressure. He's pressure that is just going to be up in your fucking grill the entire time and swinging with bad intentions. Bringing pure violence the entire time. So, I think that's another very, very tough matchup. I also think that the Dustin fight would be very.
Oh, I don't know about Dustin fight right now.
That would be a much harder time than it was the first.
I think it'll be a harder fight between Dustin for Connor than Tony and Gaethje.
Yeah, that Dustin fight would be a grind. Like that.
Bro, did you see how was he against Khabib? Oh my God, man, that shows you how good Khabib is. But that shows you how good Dustin Poirier is.
Yes.
It's ridiculous, man. I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, yeah, I got a long way to go.
He's like, I mean, he's literally like the humanization of his nickname.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like the diamond. All the pressure through all the years, all the beating, all of that through all the time of his journey.
Took it a long way.
Made him into the true diamond that he is. Dustin is a real bad motherfucker out there, and he just ran into arguably, if say he continues and has a long.
He's the most dominant
could be
fighter in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was like
and
no
as
way.
of right now, he's the most dominant guy that there is.
But man, it's like crazy to see these things. Like you come in and like Dustin Poirier got no fucking chance. Like no, this not. But you see things like that. It's like it motivates the fuck out of you. But like. Anything can happen. Yeah, anything can happen. What almost finished him too. I'm like, got him hurt, rocked him, had like deep guillotine and all this. So it's kind of like, it's like it opens your eyes. You're like you can anything happen if you have the fucking belief and discipline and all this. So it's like it's great to see that, and it's helping his whole Louisiana community. So it's kind of it's an eye opening to see those things. It's beautiful to see those things.
Absolutely, I mean, just to see someone like Dustin finally getting his due is awesome.
Oh man, yeah, he
the
deserves
journeyman that
he deserves everything he did. Coming up to that fight, he worked his ass off for those years.
I will say this though, on the record, definitively, there is no chance in any fucking world that if, say for whatever reason, because this fight with Cowboys at 170.
Oh, it is a one. I thought it was 155.
It's a 170.
Is it?
So, I think Conor is super butthurt about Jorge Masvidal saying that, because Dana and then Jorge both said that that Masvidal was too big, that he was too much man for Conor, all of that. If they somehow make that the matchup following this fight, Conor and Masvidal, Jorge Masvidal will absolutely piss stomp Conor McGregor. He will kick the ever-loving dog shit out of him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was like, Masvidal, man, is
Like,
a different animal. But
that is a different fucking.
I don't see
animal.
them. I don't see them.
That is a different fighter. That is
I don't.
a different
I don't
level.
see them fight at 170. I thought this fight was at lightweight.
Yeah, no, this fight with Cowboys at 170.
Interesting.
And don't you people out there, don't you think for a second, don't you discount the politics and the financial gain for the UFC on the corporate end of things was not a part of this matchup.
Oh.
Because when you think about it, who are two of the biggest sponsors and brands that are tied to deals with the UFC? Proper 12 and Budweiser. Well, who are the two spokespeople for those companies?
Those two.
Cowboy Cerrone and Conor McGregor.
Bro, you see Conor everywhere, like fucking commercials. It's ridiculous. It's like, man, he's doing it right. I'll tell you that.
I think it'll be interesting to see how, I guess, if you see the fire back in Conor, if you will.
True.
To really see along those lines, because again, when you've made as much money as he has,
Yeah, you don't need to fight again.
Exactly, you don't need
Especially at the high
to
level.
fight, and at that level, so you have to really want to. Does he still have that hunger, that drive, that motivation, that dog in him to really put it in camp to bring it out on fight night?
Well, we'll find out. Was it January 18th or January 14th?
January 18th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hey, Conor, we'll watch ya. No, he's definitely, oh my God, like every time he fights, he gets ridiculous, bro. It gets ridiculous, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah.
People that want to see him lose, people that see him want to win. I'm like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's how you know you made it. When you got more hated fans than the more loving fans. It's like ridiculous. It's like, they actually watch. It's like, it's the crazy part. I'm like, it blows my mind. I was like, you guys hate the guy. Why are you watching him? Oh, I want to see him lose.
It's the same thing. He's at this point. He's
The Floyd Mayweather, this MMA.
He's captured exactly that. The Floyd Mayweather, the
Pay-per-views
the
and
Yankees,
everything.
if you will, the Notre Dames. Before everybody had their own TV deals and all that. The reason why there were organizations like the Yankees that could have their own organization was you either wanted to see them win or you wanted to see them get the shit kicked out of them.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing with Notre Dame. They were the first college football team to have their TV deal, to where they were shown every single Saturday on a network. Well, because they had this sort of fan base that was polarizing in the way that you either wanted to see them win or you wanted to see somebody beat them. So that's kind of the effect that he's gotten, especially as charged up and polarizing as some of the statements that he makes other times. That's...
Hey, some of that fucking, he did most of his fucking statements, right? And I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, not to say that there's not with some of the stuff that Conor says, that there's not some very pointed truth to it, but some of it is, definitely crossed the line.
oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, yeah, it's like if you see Conor, you definitely got some like, you're like, what the fuck? This is like, especially against Khabib. You don't talk about religion and this and that, but I mean, hey man, it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do for your fight. That's who they are. I mean, I mean, if you got somebody telling you like, hey man, you'll do this, you make 2 million more, you're like, fuck, I need to change my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, it's weird, man. I don't know, man. I try, like you said, I try not get into politics. I do not care about politics. I do not fucking watch the news. Don't care.
No, you really don't.
I don't like.
I can't
people
even
tell
remember
me,
what it was the other day that we were talking about.
Yeah,
like,
you told me about somebody.
Something in
I
the
was
news,
like,
and you're like, the fuck is that? Like, do you like not? Have you not followed anything?
no,
Like,
no, man.
bro, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
If it's not fighting, man, I was like, I don't do it. Speaking of news and fighting, rest in peace to Will Harris's daughter, man. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I'm like, man, that guy was like on top of the world, man. He was fighting Alistair Overeem.
Yeah, well, was about to fight Alistair in like a week and a half, something like that. Yeah, like just so sad. Or no, like this week, I think.
I think it's this week
Yeah,
or something like that.
weekend, yeah.
But that's crazy, man. He's in top of. He was like finishing guys in 16 seconds, and like he was getting on top, man. And he still will get on top, but
Right.
fuck, man, I feel for him and his family, man. It's
Just
like,
the mentals and everything now at this point, like that. That's such a.
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna
horrific
come back.
tragedy.
He's gonna come back.
Yeah.
A lot better, and
Oh yeah.
a lot more. It just sucks, man. He's his own. I think he's his only daughter, right?
I don't know the exact of the situation on that side. I honestly don't. I don't want to
Yeah,
butcher the situation without,
Well, man,
without
prayers
knowing. I
prayers
just
to
know
him
that,
and his family, bro.
yeah, absolutely.
Fuck, man. Good,
You know.
sending good vibes to you guys.
Especially, it's a tough thing right at the holidays. All of that, awful situation. It's a cold world out there
Oof.
with something that I mean,
People
You hate to see it.
man. People, man. Come on, man.
kicking it back to a happy note as we start to close out here. Is there anything that you want to get out to your fans, to people following, anything along those lines that we might not have touched today?
Man, like I said, like I always say, almost every interview, man, is like, you gotta be in love with this shit. You can't check a box. This is in life too. You gotta be fucking committed to this. You know, you're like, yeah, you're not gonna sleep. Yeah, you're gonna be tired. Yeah, you're gonna be sore. You can't come in and check a box in life or fighting or any sport, especially in this sport. Like, yeah, it's team sport in here, but when you go in, it's all yourself. Like in the cage, it's you. It's like, I come in here and I was like, oh, all the work I missed will show, and how it's not serious, it will show, and then that. So that's my biggest advice. Be in love with this shit. Just anything you do, be in love with it. Don't check a box. Your
Absolutely.
life will completely change.
Well, I can totally relate to you on that. Thank you so much for taking the time, man.
Oh hell yeah, thank you, bro. I
really,
appreciate
really
you. Hell
appreciate
yeah,
it.
man.
If people want to give you a follow online, where can they do so at?
At the Moroccan Devil, that's Instagram, and then my name Youssef Zalal on Facebook. My fucking Twitter, I gotta switch. I gotta fix that. I think it's like the Moroccan _45. So I gotta Moroccan Devil. Yeah, I think the Moroccan Devil _45. I gotta switch that to 35. So you can follow me on there, but I'm not a big Twitter fan anyway. I don't use Twitter that much. I should though, but I don't. It's crazy shit about how much shit they have like in the feeds. Like that's the real news down there. Like it's crazy. So I don't know about Twitter, but
Twitter has a lot. Like I just so much social media. Like
oh, bro, you can never stop.
So many different things.
Oh, I was looking like after my fight, and I was scrolling down, and I was like, I didn't know this MMA website like had my fight, and some people shared it in my way, and I'm like, interesting. But yeah, it's like you guys can follow me over there. But that's 3 things I use a lot. I think.
All right. Well, this is the Comments from the Peanut Gallery podcast. So thank you all for following along. You can check us out at www.cftpg.com, on Instagram at Comments from the Peanut Gallery, on Twitter at Peanut Podcast. give us a look, or give the product a look, I should say, the Pure Spectrum CBD products at www.purespectrumcbd.com. Use the promo code CFTPG10 and in the coupon code slot, and bring some value to your purchase there. Thank you all for joining along. This is the Comments from the Peanut Gallery podcast, signing out.
Yeah!